Hi everybody, it's Southern Girl here, and I just wanted to come on and make a video because I haven't done so in a while. That wasn't just my own video and not in some response. First, I want to show you something. First, let me just say, I am so sick. I feel like crap. I have not been sick in years. My tonsils are swollen, my throat hurts, and it sucks. It absolutely sucks. I've got way too much going on in my life to have to deal with being sick. So send your positive thoughts my way so I can get better. And excuse the coughing throughout the video, please. First thing I want to show you is this picture. Take a look at this picture. Now I want to know what y'all see in that picture, because there's a few things that I see. One of which is three best friends at a basketball game, enjoying each other's company. Now these guys have been friends for years, the one in the middle being my son. And when I saw this picture, the first thing that really stood out to me was the innocence. And I'm going to show you one more time. Just three guys, young guys, enjoying a basketball game, not a care in the world, not thinking about the next day, what they're going to do, but enjoying every moment. And that's what brings me to my video. There's so much we can learn from the children around us. You know, we are not promised tomorrow. We're not promised anything other than maybe the moment that we live in. And that's why it is so important to enjoy every second. You know, some of us don't have the means or financial ways to enjoy our lives the way that we want to enjoy our lives, but what I've learned over the past 5 years or so is that really all it takes is a way to learn how to enjoy your life in other ways. So many of us think that we need tons of money to go do all this stuff or buy all this stuff, or you know, we have to party it up, and you know, those are the only things that we can do to have a fun life. And it's just not. I mean, I think that, you know, when you look at, I've come to a lot of conclusions lately because of the things that I've been through, and one of those things is, you know, losing 16 very close relatives over the last 6 years. That's a lot of death very quickly. And I've come to realize that we lose people in our lives so that we can really understand how much they meant to us. Because as human beings, we don't tend to appreciate what we have right in front of our face until we lose it. You know, and unfortunately there are some people out there that don't have to wait until that moment to get that, but for the most part we're all the same in that aspect. We don't realize we got till it's gone. You know, we're not appreciative of what we have until it's gone. And I challenge you to try to appreciate what you have while it's right there in front of your face, while it's staring you right in the face. You know what a lot of you may not know is that for many years I was addicted to drugs. For many years before that I was addicted to drinking. Quit drinking, turned to drugs, and I was a good drug addict. I really was. I mean, I was where I was supposed to be on time. I was super mom. I was all these things, but what I wasn't doing was being emotionally available to my family. How could I? I was numb all the time. And I struggled with getting back on track and falling off the wagon, getting back on track, falling off the wagon. And, you know, it was right after my father died that the sobriety I had before that was blown all to hell, because, you know, he was the most important man in my life. And when I lost him, I again fell off the wagon. And I can remember us all sitting on the porch one day, some friends of mine, and one of which had an idea that I was doing drugs. My own husband had no clue, and that's because he trusted that I got clean. I mean, he believed in me. But all the best addicts are good at hiding it. And we got to talking about our children, specifically that one right there in the middle. And I had made the statement that I would die for my children. I would do anything for my children. Get in the way of me and my kids. I dare you. And I'll never forget the words that were said back to me. If you're going to die for your children, then why the hell won't you live for them? And those words drilled through my head and my heart like it was searching for oil. You know, being strong is a good thing, but even the strong people need somebody to lean on occasionally, you know. When we don't have somebody to lean on, when we feel like we've always got to be that strong person, that's usually what leads to us self-medicating ourselves, or doing, you know, whatever we can to numb the pain. You know, in a sense, it's, you know, I got to be strong, so I better numb up. Because, you know, I can't feel it. And that's what makes getting sober so hard, because when you stop that numbing, in a sense, it's like when you start doing drugs or you start drinking, you stop growing. So you were literally in the spot for a long time. And then when you get clean, you're not developed all the way down the road. You are still in that spot, and you still have to feel. If you were doing whatever you were doing for a year, 5 years, 10 years, you have to now not only get sober, but you have to feel everything that you decided to numb through. And that's what makes getting clean so freaking hard. You know, the mind is a very powerful thing, and it believes whatever you tell it. My mind might not believe what you tell it, but it's going to believe what I tell it. And the same goes for you. It's going to believe everything you tell it. If you sit there and tell yourself, I'm not a fun person, I'm always depressed, nobody likes me, that's exactly what you're going to believe. So in turn, if you tell your mind that I am a strong person, these things do not have power over me, there's so much more to life that I want to do, and by God, I'm going to do it, then that's what you're going to believe. It's that simple. Doesn't seem simple because you have to go through all the aches and pains of getting better. But the payoff is huge. And if you don't have somebody out there that's going to support you 100% and love you unconditionally, then I'm sorry, and you better find that person. Because none of us are strong enough to do it on our own. I don't care how strong you think you are. And shame on those around you for not being there. Shame on them. It's a lot easier to have that if I can't beat them, join them attitude. That's the easy way out. You know, I always used to wonder why my dad used to beat my ass when I was a kid. And after I had kids, I understood why. Because it was easier to beat my ass. It was easier to do that than it was to sit me down and talk himself 15 shades of blue in the face, trying to get the same point over and over and over and over through my head. It was just easier. Why do we always take the easy way out? We're supposed to be the top of the food chain. We're supposed to be the strongest. Yet we rob ourselves every day. We rob ourselves of our talents, everything we're given, everything we're born with. Some may call them blessings. Others just call them learned behaviors. Whatever you call them, why do we keep cheating ourselves? Ask yourself that.